Cockneys vs. Zombies cleverly subverts the does what it says on the tin simplicity of its title to instead become a meditative, thought-provoking film about the nature of loyalty to family and the deeds we will do to protect them, as well as the nature of our societal identities. Is it determined by the geographical location of our birth, or does it change as we grow and change and the environment around us changes, seen via the medium of zombie apocalypse to keep the kids awake and unaware that their very notions of self are being questioned and dissected right in front of them on screen? It's truly an underappreciated art film wearing the clothes of a low-budget zombie horror with an appropriate box office, $109,518 worldwide versus a £2.25 million budget that truly delves into the idea of a fading community already under siege from those that care nothing for its history, only thought they can build in its place, and their attempts to find a place for themselves in the world whilst they rage against the dying of the light. The casting of mostly unknowns, with the possible exceptions of Honor Blackman, Richard Pryor, and Alan Ford, means that we were able to identify with our leads, whilst always worried that since we haven't heard of them, it's unlikely that they will suffer from plot armour, which always annoys me in either a zombie film or indeed any other type of film. It begins with the incredibly subtle symbolism of a pair of vultures sitting on top of an advertisement for flats that are being built before, within about 3 minutes, a pair of workmen have accidentally released a zombie horde, then Monster by the Automatic starts playing, we get opening credits that look like they're ripped straight from the graphic novel, and the film starts proper. Because whilst there is some of the stuff I've just spent almost 300 words describing, it's also a really good horror comedy in its own right. I mean, it's not Shaun of the Dead, but it's still a blast doesn't outstay its welcome at a mere 82 minutes, well, 87 if you include the credits. Such plot as it is feels like a blending of early Guy Ritchie and, naturally enough, Shaun of the Dead, whereupon a group of bank robbers, in an attempt to steal enough money to save their granddad's retirement home and spare him from a retirement in the North, accidentally steal all the money from a fraud, then have to race across London to save their grandfather and all the others in his retirement home from becoming not so fast food to the zombies. This is a film that is the best version of itself. I liked all the human characters, appreciate the fact that these are slow-moving Romero zombies, and enjoyed this film's many, many humorous touches. One that's going to stick in my mind is one retirement home resident in a Zimmer frame racing at top speed to escape The Walking Dead. All shot and paced as a fast-paced chase action scene, which just makes it all the funnier. Naturally enough, the low budget means that everything is done with practical effects, but if you have the silly idea that guns should occasionally run out of ammunition, seeing as they're not magic bullet-producing factories, then you might not be in the right sort of frame of mind for this film. On the other hand, though, if you wanted gritty realism, why are you watching a film called Cockneys vs. Zombies? Magic guns notwithstanding, there are a few other issues with this film. Its characters never seem to be in enough danger for my taste, and when some of them do shuffle off this mortal coil, lol, it doesn't have the emotional weight that it should. Also, its ending does seem a bit rushed, as if there was meant to be another 5 minutes of screen time, but the budget ran out, so they just wrapped it up as best they could. Also, this film had, at the start at least, a habit of cutting back some funny non-sequitur flashbacks, which I would have liked to have seen more of. On top of that, it's a good job that I liked all the one-dimensional characters, as the zombies themselves, like I've already hinted, don't really seem to pose much of a threat and appear to be being held together by twiglets. But on the whole, Cockneys vs. Zombies get as much fun as it can out of watching a bunch of Cockneys fight off the recently brown bread. Its action scenes are excited and varied enough, even if the film did forget that zombies are only really scary in tight, claustrophobic locations, which is why most zombie films have the majority of their scenes in inside locations, but outside, well, they're just sort of there. But if you've ever wondered what a Guy Ritchie zombie film would look like, here's the answer to your question. So I definitely think that you should see it, but what do you guys think, and what is your favourite low-budget, non-Romero zombie film? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.